I have another one from America. He is a professor from an American university. Okay. Well, along the line, one way or other, something happened. He found himself in Nigeria. No home, nothing. Some of the young people used to send little money, like $50, $100. Some of them are already established. The house he started way back and they abandoned it, not finished, nothing. A professor back to the village because there was no house anywhere. Yeah, he started a house, but it was not completed. So he had to manage himself because the wife, who also is a Nigerian, Nigerian women, I'm sorry to say, some of them choose a different lifestyle when they get overseas. Okay. So unfortunately, he was unlucky to have this kind of women. And then when an incident happened, it took everything away from him and he found himself in Nigeria. My brother, he was so disconnected. You will see a prof a prof of nuclear physics from an American university lying at what is what we call town hall, where the elders gather to play draft. You will see him there, hang with the elders. Sometimes he will drink and sleep up. Now listen, if someone is from the diaspora and is listening to me, you don't want this kind of lifestyle. It's not about the money you've made. It's about you identifying with your people. Okay. Sometimes I arrive in Nigeria with only as little as $500, sometimes $300. But I have a family, I have a home. Okay. Just that presence, that family, that connectivity, it helped me a lot. So when I had a like, challenge of being present with my people, it wasn't a difficult task anymore because I've been able to acquaint myself with the difficulties people face here, with the challenges people are facing. Okay, so the fantasies of overseas wasn't all a fascinating scenario any longer. Okay, because this is a place of nativity. You just have to get yourself acquainted to reality of your people and your environment. The earlier you do that, the better for you. Okay, I hope I'm talking to someone. Okay.
Listening to you. And of course, it's not one-sided story, because there are also some other story that we have heard of some Nigeria, whether they are coming from US or UK, who have had
Uh,
really tough experience going home that they have to regret it, no? But all and
oh yeah.
all, it is really very important that we try to connect to our root. It is our root that we are talking
You,
about here, our home, our
you have
origin.
you
It
have
is very, very important. In fact, I have taken this argument on for in another project of mine. It is very
mm,
important, but we have to be careful how we
mm.
go about it. You don't just wake up one day and say,
Oh,
"Oh, I'm going home." No, you need to you need
oh,
to plan for it.
about being careful and about planning for it. You cannot be too careful. I remember those days. They tell, oh, don't shake this hand. Don't sit with this person. Don't hang. Don't go there. This one there. So one day I came home. I traveled to the village and I went to my community and I invited everyone. They all came. Oh, our son from overseas is home, blah, 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 the story. And then we bought food and bought drinks. People were eating and drinking. And I did a mental picture, a mental scanning of the people sitting with me. I say, who among these people want to kill me or will have the intention or the excitement to kill me? And to kill me for what? This one, so miserable. This one, he lives in a very old, ramshackle apartment. This one is a family. This one, which of them? Kill me for what? You know, kill me for what? I know them. I grew up in this village. I was a kid who played in the sand in this village. They did not harm me. Okay, okay. If they want to hurt me, let's look at their life. Are they better off? So what's the challenge? My presence here, is it not a blessing to them? So who is going to kill me among these people? Man, do you know after all that um, conscience, what do I call it? All that conscientious revisiting of myself and my people. From that day, I drew the line. These are my people. Okay. If anyone has an intention to do me harm, it will not happen. It will not work. So I shake, and so from that day I stopped this idea of don't sit here, don't. My first time really, as you said, I used to be scared. I see the person, the way you look at me with bloodshot eyes. Say, oh, probably this guy thinking of you. This guy looking better than me, so I'm going to deal with him. Do you know? After that day meeting, all these fears vanished. If you talk to me the way I don't like, I will reply you. I will tell you, man, I'm not scared of you because we grew up in this community. That is about me, okay? Now, the challenge is what about those who did not grow up from the village and now they need to connect back to the people, okay? Now it brings you back to that, my idea of connectivity, okay? Getting acquainted with your people, not when you have made money, not when you have joined politics, not when you have become Mr. Somebody. No, if you choose to do all that, you are going to get acquainted with the fake people, and that is when your fears of elimination will be very high. Okay, learn to do that now. You don't need to come home and show the people that yes, you have arrived with the earrings, with the bling on your neck, with the sneakers, with the cars. You don't. It's living in a hotel. These are the glaring mistakes most of us from overseas make. You think the people at home are kind of laid back or not in your how do I say, or not as fortunate as you are. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Your coming home should be a time to reconnect. And in reconnecting, you have to be real. You don't have to come home with all that showy for the women with all that golden wigs. Or, come home and be real and connect with your people. Then you can travel back to overseas. You will be a completely fulfilled person. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah, of course, you are. It's highly valuable.
Mm.
The information that you are dishing out there is very important. Like I said before,
Okay.
it cannot be
Yeah.
overstated the importance of connecting home. That is because it's home that you are talking about now. In our place, they say that when the bee does not have home, it does not fight. It is very important. It cannot be
Okay.
overstated. That is absolutely, there is no two ways about that. All right, now
Ah,
let's start from also how the journey starts. No, in that
um,
I think you were born in Lagos, or actually you grew up in
no,
Lagos
no,
then.
no.
Okay.
I grew up in Lagos. I wasn't born in Lagos. I came to Lagos at the age of 8.
Mhm. Okay.
At the
Then
age of
then you
8.
grew up in Lagos, having a kind of the first experience in life as a teenager. Then you
Mm,
went to the east. That is where you went
mm.
to university. But one day you
Yes, yes.
decide to go out of Nigeria and you find yourself in China. What was
Mm.
responsible for that decision?
No, I was, if I used to be one of the least person that ever have that sense of I'm going to make it when I travel overseas. As a matter of fact, way back in the university, when my classmates, most of them talk about going to London, I was born in Sweden. In our time, we have people come back home to learn. So, like in my university, we have people from Sweden. I have another one from London, another one from US. All of them were all in the same class. Another one from Austria. They all came home at University of Nigeria then. Okay. So after, so there was always this concept of, oh, after I would go overseas. For me, I was so homely, probably because of my past street life experience in Lagos. So like I felt like this place, I'm going to be all here all time. So anything overseas, I'm not interested. And mind you, my auntie that I lived with in Lagos used to shuttle London in those days. And I used to help out a lot. So going to the airport and hanging around all these guys from the UK. But it never fascinated me, okay? So when I left school to Lagos after my NYSC, that concept still stick. until I looked for a job. I couldn't find one. 6 months, no job. 6 months, no job. Then I got one. I worked for another couple of 6 months, no salary. Man, fears. I began to say, man, this is like my concept is wrong. Like I'm wrong at the end. Like this place is a killer. Man, is this how I'm going to end it? And then I started working as a cartoonist, from cartoonist to a graphic artist, from graphic artist to webmaster to editorial, that. So I was always a man, this is not me. This is not my expectation. I was thinking of something bigger than this. Look at how I'm going in circles. So that was when now the thought of overseas came to me for the first time. By then a lot of these my friends, a lot of them had left. A lot of them had left. Then it was relatively cheap. So then where will I go? I have friends in the US, but I have never had that interest to travel overseas. Never. I always loved it back home.